back to more Empyrion out here, and today we're still working on the CV. Oh, I ended up actually, let me here, and so there is this little section of space known as a planetary remnant. This is, in this particular system, owned by Polaris, but it's actually a raid POI. You have to be careful because some things are lootable and some things are faction locked. So if you loot them, you'll automatically go to hated by the faction. So just keep aware of that. It was an interesting POI. I was trying to record it, and unfortunately the save corrupted. It was almost a 2-hour run through. Oh, but we got a lot of interesting loot out of there, and I want to talk about some of that. Because between that and visiting the mining stations, we've actually gotten quite a bit of stuff. Let me go over here really quick. And so I did some iron mining, obviously, a little bit of copper, a bit of sathium, and even picked up some neodymium. But the thing is that we were actually able to buy some of the things like estrium, and did I use all of it? That's estrium. I had some other stuff in here too. Oh, there we are. The sconium and then the magnesium we actually were able to loot. And I think that was all loot, actually. Oh no, I bought that from the miner as well. So yeah, we basically burned through a whole lot of cash. We're down to 56k. Having done missions, recovered a couple of cargo, the lost parcels that we had done before, and just like miscellaneous selling stuff off. I was up to, I want to say about 600k or so. And yeah, we just basically sank all of that back into the resources that we needed for the ship. And we've made some updates. So let's show you what's going on here. Not a whole lot has changed as far as the entrance is concerned. I'll take you to the exterior portion of it in a minute. But we did go ahead and swap out one of the O2 stations for the repair station. As you can see, I've taken out some of the placeholder stuff that we had, and we've put in the walkways and the railings. I've filled in the floors. Basically each one of these holes is where there's going to be a grow plot. And that's where we're going to be able to place all of our hydroponics bays. Let's see here. I've put in, let's pop up here for a second. I've put in a couple of chairs just to remember where things are going to go. And I've started narrowing down some of the design elements that I want to use for the ship. So what we've got is where the hangar entrances are. Let's come back over here. You've got a little bit of room. This is 7 blocks. And then on the rib area, this is 5 blocks. And then what we've done is we've gone 5, 7, and I think this should be 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll probably move that over one. But basically what we're doing is we're increasing the sizes as we go. And then everything behind this is going to be the thruster ports. And we're planning on having quite a bit of thruster power on this thing. But this gives us our med bay area. We've got engineering here, and I'll walk you through that in a second. Or I'm sorry, that's the farm area over there. Med bay is over here, or will be at least at some point. And then the other hangar. Now this is going to leave us with quite a bit of space. I don't know if we're actually going to end up utilizing all of the space that we have allocated currently. Let's pop up here for a second. I want to show you the overall shape. If you notice, we've got a bit of a protrusion, back there. Let's do this in character perspective. Makes it a little bit easier to get everything done. And so we're going to end up with what I'm hoping will be a kind of an interesting design. So what I'm thinking is that this is actually going to carry over into here on both sides. and then we'll have a small area back here, which will be basically like an aft observation area, and we'll have some turreting and things back here. But we're basically going to continue the rib design on the what are going to be nacelles, effectively. So it should be hopefully interesting. This is our engineering bay. Let's give you the tour from the beginning here, shall we? And I don't know if... yeah, okay, we do have gravity here. So you'll end up walking down what's going to be basically a utility hallway. You have the area to get down into med. You come back here. You have one of the cargo containers. This is the aft on the port side cargo. And then there's a mirror of this on the other side, which will give you the starboard aft cargo. And then this will be the engineering bay. Now, I haven't decided how I'm going to get up over these yet. I'm thinking this is actually going to come back another couple of blocks, which means that may extend back. I haven't decided yet. But we're going to have some form of walkway, catwalk system that'll get you up here, and then you'll be able to walk along here. There's going to be windows overlooking the bay area on this side. And we're going to have the same over on that side. And this will show you the large reactors we have. We actually have 6 of them in here. 3 on each side for a total of 6 so far. And that'll at least get our basic power needs met. Now we do have a harvester controller, which is actually... where am I picking up radiation from? Oh, it's from the gravity? Yeah, it must be from the gravity generator. But there's cargo expanders or extensions that are connected to this that run down through the keel of the ship. Our gravity generator, our shield generator, and then we've got a couple of fuel tanks here and here, and then we actually have a couple hidden back behind it as well. So we've got, you know, this is the large tank that's running forward and aft. There's the mirror on the other side. We've got 2 in the middle here, and then we have 2 more on both port and starboard sides facing forward, which are capped off with windows on this side. That'll allow us to keep the entire hangar airtight, because we will eventually have doors in all of these locations, and windows in the big area there. Now, the other thing that I've done is we've gone ahead and put in windows here on the elevators, so there's only one way into each of the elevators. And you have the window here, and I'm probably going to make those transparent. In fact, let's do that now. And should be one more there. Now did that. Okay. I'll probably have to play around with that and see if I can get it transparent on both sides, but for now that'll work. I'm more worried about having this side be transparent than the exterior. There you go. We're gonna go ahead and change all of these while we're here. Let me change all of that out. I don't know yet. We'll see. Is there a way to do this where we get them all clear? No. We'll have to figure it out, but that's okay. Alright, so that gets us up here, which is going to be our bridge area. Like I said, we're going to have these be walkways, or railings, so you can see down in there. And I don't know if I'm going to go... Actually, let's go in here for a second, because I want to see... Oh, did I use them all? Crap, I used them all. Oh, I'm gonna have to go make more. Yeah, I want to have these. I don't know if we're gonna use these as the ones with the glass on them, or if we're gonna use the ones like we used downstairs here, which are there's just the wire rails. I'm thinking the glass ones are gonna be better because you're not gonna need to be able to shoot through them because there will be windows down here, and I want to be able to have somebody standing here that can look down and see everything. That's currently being blocked by this. In fact, let me give you an idea. We're gonna blocks up. So I want to be able to see like all of that. And because of that, we're probably going to make a change on this block. I don't think I've done. Oh no, I already did. I did it so you could do it on this side. I don't think I did that over here yet, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. So yeah, all of this is going to be changed out. Let's go ahead and get that done. Come on, there we go. Oh, but yeah, so this is basically what I've been doing, is spending a lot of time doing, like, just refining this particular area. And what I want to do is, as we get closer to finishing up each of the sections, like you saw last time, we start working on the new section a little bit, and that just allows us to get everything progressing, hopefully somewhat steadily. And I need to go there. We want further blocks. Let's filter that down so we can find exactly what we're looking for. And I'm just going to do, what is that? Let's figure 30. Go ahead and turn those on. And then I don't have any windows either, so I'm going to need, let's do a quick count of those. Alright, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 14. It's 28. Alright. So 28. And then another 28. That's 56. Now the question is do I want, it's like, which ones do I want to use? So for the ones on the side, we're talking about using these. So let's go ahead and we'll queue up 30 of those. Actually, you know what? Oh, let's go ahead and queue up 60 of them, because we'll use the heavy windows, because we can actually, these do have like sloped and straight. Did I do those as a single, or did I do that as a double? Because I don't think they have a 2x1. No, they don't. Alright, so I need the 2x1 for those, so I'm actually going to need to do the other blocks. So bring that down to 30, and we're going to grab of those. And then these guys, I think I'm going to need a bunch of those too, because I want these for this area, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10, so it's going to be 20. And like I said, basically we're just trying to get this set up so that we can get on to the other section. So we're going to do 20 of those. Alright, so I'm going to wait for that stuff to finish crafting. Actually, while we're here, I want to do that. We're going to link you guys so we can get in here. And while we are here, we're going to go ahead and take this stuff out. I'm going to do the same here. Now I may actually put these to the inside line, and I'll show you why here in a second. So since that's sloping down, we're gonna have our windows in there, but what I'm thinking is that we will end up with, let's see, because we're going to have a window here which will occupy those 2 blocks. Alright, so that block is free, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so do I have lights? I do. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of these. Nope. And what lighting do I want to do with this? These guys are 1x1s. I had actually thought about doing something like this, but it's because this is a 2x1 block. It's not going to let me do what I want. That's okay. I think it's actually going to work out better if we do it this way anyway. Alright, so you did that, right? Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. So we're going to put one there. And we'll have one on the other side, which is going to be you guys. Like so, yeah. No, flip that around. There you go. And so you guys are going to end up that way. And you are going to end up that way. Alright, so that should mirror. Yes, it does. Okay. And then we're going to have the windows up in there, so that's going to 2, 3, 4. And I may change these out. I may put in like angled windows or something. Alright. And so we have the option that we can either put railings on the side here, or we can maybe put them in there. Of course, we do have doubles. Alright, let's take a look at these and see. Because if we do doubles, alright, can I, if I do this, and then that allows us to go, I only need 2 there. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to grab these guys, like so. And now there is a reason why I want to do it this way, mainly because of the fact that that then allows me to have things actually attached here. So if I decide I want to put a barrier in of some kind, or you know, something like change out the whatever the walkways are, because these are gonna change out. Those are gonna be the full thing. Those are gonna be full. These are gonna be walkways. All right, so. And like I said, we'll have the windows over here, which I want to check and see if we have any of those available yet. We have these guys already. which is most of this stack. Oh, so now what I'm thinking is either this guy or maybe this guy. Because if we do this, you are gonna sit something like that, so we'd have a rounded edge on the back side. So we could do something like that. And then up here, I'm thinking do something a little bit different, but kind of keeping the theme. I mean, I could actually go straight up just something like this. And what's nice is that if we don't like it, we can always pull the parts out and replace them. Let's see how that looks if we do both of these. So we did that to that. And then we did the big rounded area. Right. All right. Yeah, it looks right. All right. So let's drop down. Yeah, I kind of like that because it does inherently say that way forward. Now we will at some point have signage and a bunch and other things in here to make it easier to get around. That's not a huge concern at this point. And then for the rest of this, it's going to be... I actually had thought about doing something like that. But I'm kind of favoring... how do I want to do this? I'm thinking we'll probably just go with these. And so you end up with a large continuous plane of glass, which wrong design. I want that one. Do I have more of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 2 more to finish this off. There's one. I just need one more. We'll get this done in a second. I mean, I could go pick it up off of there if I really was so inclined, but that should be enough time. At least I thought that was enough time. Did you run out of parts? Shouldn't have run out of parts. Let's try that again. Here we go. Okay. It did make one more. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the last of these in. And we're basically going to do the same thing for the upper windows as well as some of the other windows throughout the ship. So you end up with something like that. Alright, so now we can go here, we can say change our shade, thank you. And now if we drop down, we can actually see what this looks like. Yeah, I'm liking that much better. Alright. And then, like I said, we will have windows above. I just don't know what the final design of that's going to look like yet. Basically, this is still a work in progress, so it's very possible that we'll end up with the windows being at this level, and then we'll just have something that caps up here that's smaller than this. Like I said, I just haven't decided yet. Once I do know, then we'll go from there. But that should give you an idea of what we're looking at for the bridge area. Like I said, this will be duplicated on the other side. The only other thing I want to do is here is all of this is going to come out, because we're going to put walkways in. And I thought that there used to be a different walkway that was kind of like a window, but not a window. But I don't remember seeing it. Okay, so you're still producing those. We'll go ahead and grab the rest of these. Oh, and before I forget, I was able to make one of the advanced extenders. So once we're ready to start transferring everything operationally from the old CV over to the new CV, we will have the regular CPU, the basic CPU upgrade, which is already installed over here. I did move the core as well, but what I'm going to do is the advanced one will go up above, and then we can have two of the improved, and both of those will come off the old ship, and we'll have one here, and this is basically going to become our little computer bay, and this will all be catwalk up here. Very much like what we're getting ready to do out in front. So that way we can have all of our CPU stuff together. We'll be able to armor it up, and I'm thinking I may even put the advanced, or not the advanced, but the, what are they called? The improved. I may move those up one block, so that basically we'll have a row of computer stuff up here. And then that way I can put railings in on the walkway and be able to look down into what's going on down here. Hopefully it'll make sense. If it doesn't make sense right now, it will. Hopefully it will in the near future. Alright, so for here, let's go ahead and get, I think we have, yeah. But I could swear there was a walkway that was like these. I mean, I could always use the railings as a walkway. That might actually be interesting. Do they have one in the middle? No. Which is unfortunate. I thought they had one of these that was set so that it would go in the middle of the block. But guess not. Alright, so let's do it the easy way. Alright, so we're going to bring you guys down. And that's going to come this way, hopefully. We can do the same on this side. And so that gets us our walkway down. And like I said, what we'll do is keep airtight separation between the decks, is that we'll have those windows in here. And once those are all the way across, that'll seal the upper and lower areas. So this will be its own zone, and the zone down here. So in case we take a catastrophic hit on the bridge, it doesn't depressurize the entire ship. I may go ahead and darken those. I wonder if I can get a light behind them. I wonder if I put a light in here, I wonder if the glow of that will pass through. Because if I can get the glow in here, what I can do is I can put an offset light in like right here on the bottom of this one, and we can set it to like a blue or something like that, and maybe have it offset so that it's projecting through here. That could be cool. Because if we can do that, then I don't mind having these guys be darked out. So we'll try that and see how that works. And I mean, worst case scenario, I can put a spotlight in. I can put some kind of light in here and it's do that. Like I could put a corner light and have it basically broadcasting up. Maybe to cast a glow here. That might be interesting. Put it in spotlight mode. That could actually be kind of cool. I might do that anyway. So it would end up being like that. And then have it, hopefully have the spotlight basically broadcast up. Which it should. Alright. Okay, so like I said, getting ourselves situated. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do a quick cut, get all the parts manufactured, and we'll get everything in here updated and closed in, and walk you through the rest of what we're going to do, because what I want to do is start getting like one of the sides finished. I'm really wanting to close off the hangar area, and I want to work on that design a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut, and we will be right back. So, and we're back. Okay, so we got a bit going on. We'll walk you through it all here in a second. And I think we're going to do that. And that. We're going to have you rotate. Oh, color change that. It gives us a nice big fishbowl. Now I may actually come back and change this out, because I may put like the sloped windows in or something. I haven't really decided on it yet. But for now, I'm kind of liking where this is going. So, how many? Oh, yes, more. Okay. And so we're using these guys. I only need you and you. Alright, so now we can do the quick color change to make that transparent. And that should give us basically everything we really need on the bridge as far as windows are concerned for now. I'll probably just go ahead and plank this over just so we can get the ship sealed up. But let's walk you through what we've got so far. So you saw the walkway. We now have that all closed in. The observation windows into the lower area are now set up on both sides. So this is all completely closed in. I just need to get the railings up, which we're waiting for. Yeah, okay. So we're basically producing a bunch of stuff, because what I want to do is I want to get the hangar closed in so that we can start doing the operational transfer over. What this is going to entail is basically getting all of this stuff in here, and once we have the lower area closed up, I'm trying to decide if I want to keep this thing around or if I want to try and move the thrusters, like transfer the thrusters down to this ship and see if we can actually get it to move. Because if we can get it to move, I think we'll be okay for the most part. With the shield generator on board, you know, it should be mostly okay. One of the things that I do want to do with the ship is we're going to put in an area probably up here where it'll have all of our shield mods on it. Let me show you really quickly, because if we go, let's grab that really quick. So let's go in here to devices, filter down to the ship. Alright, so if we scroll down to the shield mods, right, actually this way, just so we can look at just the shield stuff. The regular shield generator can upgrade to an advanced shield generator, which I don't know if I need one of these guys for or not. I'll go down and take a look, but we have things like shield capacitor banks, right? So this allows you to do supplying additional energy to shields, right? So adding this increases our shield capacity by 15k, but reduces the shield recharge by 150. If you go into shield charging, it reduces the shield capacity by 7500, but increases the recharge by 300. So if you put one of these on, you get basically a 50% increase to both shield capacity and shield recharge. So you'd get 150 additional recharge and 7500 shield capacity. So just by putting one of each of these on there. So if we want to put stuff like this in, which I do, we're going to need to be basically putting these in tandem. So we have one of these and one of these, and I may actually put them side by side just so I know that I'm keeping them balanced. There's also these kind of, so that's a 3x3x2, and this is a 5x4x5, which does minus 20k plus 900. This adds 45 minus 400, so that's a better return. I mean, obviously these things are much bigger. What's the 250k versus 75k? Does it come out in the wash? So this is minus 20 but plus 9. So it's going to go up by 500 on recharge, and it's going to go up by 2500 on shield capacity. Alright, so if we say, breaking out the calculator here. Alright, so you're going to go up by 7500. Alright, so we go 25k. That's going to give us basically 1/3, so we would need 3 sets of these to equal 1 set of these. And at 5x4x5, and that's going to be 7500. That's going to be 150k a set. Yeah, so these actually are the better deal on both shield, on both costs. Well, costs are obviously going to be more expensive, but for CPU and space, these are actually smaller for what they're doing. So that's not too bad. That's actually really good. Alright, so I'm thinking then we'll plan on trying to get the resources together to build one of each of these. And what I'll do is I'll probably set them, let's see, so it's 5x4x5. So that would actually take up basically that space. That's huge. Alright, so we'll probably have to put those somewhere. Maybe we can put them in here somewhere, so like above the farm and medical area, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That would bump up 1. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we can keep the 5 count on the length So if we can get it, like, hopefully if we can get one, like, 5 by 4 by 5, that would actually work out really well if we could do that. And we could actually use those in greebling. So let's grab some of the stuff we have pending. I am going to go ahead and move this down just because. Let's grab those. We'll grab the walkways so we can start getting some of that done. Oxygen tanks. I don't think I need these to airtight everything, but we're going to go ahead and grab them just in case. And first things first, we're going to come up here. Because like I said, I want to make as much of this. Did I did those. I didn't create shields or force shields? Really? No. I had. Solar panels are being made. Alright, let's clear those out for a second. And I don't know if I can get away with one of these because I think they make a 2x1. And if they make a 2x1, we can use that here. On either direction, I'm not really worried about it either way. But that'll let me get this area sealed from downstairs. And we're going to look that way so I can access this. And we're going to go ahead and tell it to queue up a bunch of blocks because we are completely out of blocks. And I did the math earlier. This is going to take roughly 800 ore. So if someone wants to double check my math. So we should have more than enough. What I've done is I've actually started moving over some of the supplies that we're not using, like all of the overflow supplies, over to this ship. Mainly just to get it out of my other CV's inventory so we can get some things done around here. Let's see. You are glass railing. And you are going to go that way. And that way. We're going to do that. Do that. Grab one there. Grab that one there. And there we go. Okay. So we finally have that done. And so like I was saying, you can kind of look down in there. I don't know if I can swap. Oh, I can. Okay, perfect. So we'll get these set up so you can see out a little bit easier. Yeah. Alright. Do the same on this side. Just trying to get all this stuff sorted out here. Alright, that should be everybody. But yeah, as I was saying, so now you can actually see basically down into this area. That was kind of what I wanted to do with it to begin with. So this way, when you're walking through, you can look down, or if you're standing off to one side, you can see over here, and you can look over there. You know, it just gives you a little bit more, like if you're from, say, like a, how can I say this? If you're looking at it from a security perspective, it gives you a lot more operational awareness and OPSEC, knowing what's going on your the ship at any point in time, which is a good thing. We want to swap those out for right now. We're going to grab these, and I'll show you what we're going to do with those in a second. Alright, so if we go here, this is a 3x5, 1x2 goes to this. So we can do a 1x1, or we can do 1x2. 2. They don't look like either of these take CPU, which is good. 1 watt versus 1 watt, so that would end up being 2 watts. Or yeah, 2 watts versus 1 watt. It's not a huge amount of power, but we do kind of want to try and save a little bit of power. So that's going to go that away. No, I'm not liking the way that's going. So we do that and do that, I guess. All right. And obviously, while we don't have any power, we're not going to know for sure. All right, so let's talk about these guys. These big old solar panels. These are the mobile solar panels for CVs. As you can tell, there's a whole lot of stuff here. So what's the difference between these guys? Oh, interesting. So that puts it that side up, or I could have it be up one. So if I want this way instead, that gives me a lot more room in there, but I'm not so worried about that. With adapter, oh, look at you. Aren't you snazzy? And that's having them with stands, which wouldn't be bad for, you know, appearance's sake. All right, so what we're talking about doing here is having a couple of these in, so we can do 1, 2, 3. So we could do 2 this way. So you'd have that, which I actually like. Those little adapter details. Those are actually kind of cool. All right, and then we're gonna do the same on this side. All right, and that gets us. That should get us a little bit of power, hopefully. Maybe not. We'll find out. You know what might be. So if we turn on, turn that stuff off, turn that stuff off. No. Alright. Come here, you. You might not be in position to get power. Let's take a look at these guys. Wow, those are actually airtight as well. Huh. Interesting. Alright, so if we come down here, does that mean we actually have power down here now? Or was that you just... I think that was just the system resetting because I changed the power around. Do that. Okay. Well, I was hoping that that would get us a little bit closer, but like I said, maybe it's just not getting enough power. I might need to try and move the ship. I'm not sure. We have fuel tanks. I can throw fuel on it. I don't think I have an RCS on it. In fact, I'm fairly certain I don't have an RCS on it. I can check really quick, actually. Yeah, I don't have an RCS on it, which is okay. Because we are going to put maneuvering thrusters. We're missing thrusters and O2 tanks. Yeah. So that brings us to the O2 tanks. So what I'm thinking is that we're going to put a couple of these guys. We're going to have them scattered throughout the ship, obviously. But I think I want to have two. How many can I get in here? Can I get a third one there? I can. Okay. So I think if we do that, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. You went all the way to the floor, so that actually needs to come out, which is fine. And you are going to be an O2 tank. Alright. And what I'll do is I need to go through and clean up some of the stuff just to get everything sorted out in here and normalized. But we do have most of this packaged up now. Like I said, it really is just getting a couple of things finalized. You are making blocks. Did you not make... I thought I told it to make vents, but apparently I didn't. Check to make sure. Not seeing them. Alright, so I need 2 of those. We'll go ahead and let it make that last one. And while it's doing that, we're going to have our doors in here. Alright, so we have some choices for doors here. Those are actually kind of cool. It's too bad they're 2x1. Actually, I know where I can use those. You've got 400 hit points. You've got 210. Alright, 190. That's more glass. These are all airtight, it looks like. Except that one for some reason. I don't need a whole lot of hit points, but it would be nice to have them. Alright, so if we go with this one. So you're going to go that way, so it's actually going to come over here then. Do I want to do that, or do I want to have the door surface mounted on this one? I think I'm going to have it retract it a little bit. And we may change that block out. Actually, I can't change that block out because it's got the fuel tank above it, which is why I didn't change it out the first time. Alright. And we'll do that. Let's see how... Oh yeah, that's good. That's actually really good. Okay. And while we are here, let us go back in to the other ship. And we want to make regular doors. Need 2 of those. I'm going to have it make one of those. And then eventually we are going to put the boarding ramps in. But I'm on a wireless connection. I thought I put one of these in, but apparently I didn't. So it's been really annoying when I get too close or too far away from things. Right. And then, like I said, most of the operational stuff will come over from the other ship. But what we can do, and this is the reason why I went out looking for resources, is we can put the big drives in. Now the problem is this things are like, this one's 110k CPU. This one's 40,000 CPU. So I could actually, for what, almost the cost of 3, put one really big one in, and that would give us, let's see, 235. So yeah, that is the better deal, obviously. So I'm gonna make one of these for right now. So make one of those, because it's 3 by 6 by 3, so I believe it's 6 blocks long, 3 blocks wide. We will eventually make another, well, after we make the first one, I'll see if I have enough parts to make a second one. And then we'll start worrying about things like our power. So that's going to be 26.5 kilowatts in. Our large generator is 15 kilowatts each. So that's going to be 2 generators just for that. And you're 622 to 150k. So I may rework our engineering area and just put 2 of these in, because 2 of these gives us 300k of CPU versus I've got 6 in there, or 6 in there now, yeah, so 150, and we're not putting out that much power. I've got 6 of these, so that's 36, so that's 90, and that's 95 for one, for the same CPU count. Yeah. So we might do that swap over. So wait for this thing to finish producing, and that'll give us an idea of what we need. Look at how much material is just gone. It's crazy. Alright, so while we're waiting for that, let's get in here. Let's get this stuff going. I wanted to check this really quickly, because I want to see what sizes we have available. We have a 7 by 6, we have a 7 by 5, 6 by 5. We've got a 5 by 4. Because what I was thinking is that we have the really big door here, and I was actually thinking about taking it out and putting 2 doors in so that it slides to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think we have a 7 by 7 option in here. Let's see, I got a 6 by 5, got a 7 by 5, a 7 by 6. We do have a 7 by 6. Are you the 7 by 6 that I need you to be, though? Because what we would want is that. Alright, so let's take this other guy out. It's going to take us a while because it's a big door. See, the nice thing about having the really big door is that it has a lot of hit points. So we're effectively putting in something, 2 of something with smaller amounts of hit points for twice the CPU, which is why I used the big door to begin with, but because it's less CPU to do 1 door over 2, but I'm kind of liking the idea of having the double door. get it to actually... Why are you... There it goes. Alright, so if we do that, I'd have to move it over one, which we can do. That is actually not a problem. And that gives us... But see, then this was originally designed around having this be turned the other way, because we would have that blocking part of it. So what I could do is maybe change this styling up, where we basically have this sculpt down into the blocks here. See, I'm gonna have to think about this now, because I had forgotten that we had that. So what are you? You're 9x5, 9x7. Yeah, so we need 7x7. A 7x7 would be perfect, but for what it is, so we'd have to move it over one. So it would be here. It's a shame that the move tool doesn't let you actually move things, it just lets you rotate them. It's unfortunate. I'm kind of curious, what is your... Do you have a PC? You don't have a CPU count. Alright, well that makes that conversation a little bit easier then. I mean, I guess it's going to come through here anyway, so having it kind of hang back isn't a bad thing. Okay. Well, like I said, we can always pull it out and swap it back if we want to. But like I said, I do think I like this idea a little bit better. So you're going to do that. You're going to do that. And then it's just basically filling in the gaps to the side. And then when you come over, it opens as a single door. I do think I like that better. And because one of the things I'd actually thought about doing was actually putting a second door behind it, so that you would have like one door lift up, and then you would see the other two doors open to the side. But I don't know if I want to go that route or not. But I do like having that, I think. Just means I'll probably end up taking that bar out, so it gives us a little bit more room on the way out. Okay. Let's go in here. We're gonna grab you guys. And I want to check, are you actually producing our blocks now? No, you're still working on this, which is fine. It's going to be a while. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and start buttoning up this area. I do want to put, you know what, before I forget about it, let's go through, we're going to come up here for a second. And remember what I said, I was going to put our first advanced CPU upgrade in there. This thing is gonna be beastly. No, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Oh, you're kind of pip, actually. So it's gonna have 3 screens on it. Alright. I like it. I dig it, even. Look at you. Obviously not airtight. That might be an issue. Actually, I'm going to have to check and see if that thing is airtight. We can check in here, actually. Advanced. It says it's airtight. Alright, well, it's claiming to be airtight. Hey, great. Alright, so that's the advanced one, and then when I break down the other CV, we'll have 2 of the improved, which will give us another 400k together. Oh man. Alright, I want to check something. How much CPU statistics? We're at 650k, we're only using about just shy of 200 of it. Which is good, because when we put that big thruster on it, this thing is going to become beefy. Alright, so, actually I went to check. Somebody asked me about the statistics for the new ship. So right now, obviously, we're not doing anything, because we have nothing there. We need to be able to lift 270, well, effectively 276 tons. Which isn't too bad. And we need to overcome 13.5 tons of drag. Because we don't have any thrusters on board, it's not going to give us the rest of the calculation, but that right there is the important number, which means I want to be able to lift at least twice that. So let's round that up to 300, which means I want to be able to lift 600 tons. Which actually shouldn't be too bad, believe it or not. 90 kilowatts. Basically, we don't have enough power right now. Oh, I'm gonna have to add some. Why is it only 90? 4. So is it because you? Yeah, I'm betting it's because you guys are just not getting any direction on this. So what I may do is make a couple of more and throw them here on the front. Just to get things going. Come here. I mean, we can always put some power in here too. That's not a huge issue. You can come down here for a second. I want to grab these guys. Which doors did I use over here? I don't remember. Okay, I did use these. What's sad is these used to be the armored doors. Actually, no, these are the. Well, I mean, a long time ago they were the only doors, but okay. So that gets us. That wall is closed. I need the vents for that. And I think we're going to go. I might do these. For a couple of reasons. One, I have a lot of straight, sharp edges, and I want to soften some of these edges up a little bit. And so I'm thinking something like that might work. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm using the ventilators to pressurize multiple areas simultaneously. So this side will be pressurized, the hallway behind it will be pressurized on both of these, and then this one is also feeding into the hangar as well as the bridge area. So once we have O2 on it on board and we have everything powered up, we should be pretty good as far as all of that is concerned. Now I also need, yes, and I know I'm running low on food while I'm here. Actually, we will. No, wrong box. There we go. Do that. So I've been making the parts that I need specifically for this. Do a little gluttony today. Alright, so that ammunition controller we haven't placed yet. And I think that's everything other than waiting for that thruster to finish. Oh, it's so close. Look at that. But yeah, that ate a crap ton of our resources. What's sad is, or I shouldn't say sad, I should say what is funny is I do believe we're going to have enough to make a second one. What's your CPU? You are 110, so that would be 220 on just those. 235 meganewtons. Yeah, this ship is going to be crazy. All right, so what's sad is I actually need 2 of these to balance the forces on the ship, because it's since I did a even keel, an even width keel, we would have a slight list to one side if we use this. And if I don't like it, I can always throw it into the deconstructor and get the parts back. It'll just take me 20 minutes. Okay, so let's see here. Need to figure out a place to put our cargo remote, which I think constructor. So I am going to change this. Originally I was going to put a deconstructor here, but I think it makes more sense to have a constructor here, because that will allow me to have immediate access to stuff when I come on board. And since you don't have to be at the constructor to do things anymore, makes it a little bit easier to get stuff, basically to get around areas that you need to. So open all this up. Now where do I want to put the remote? I may put the remote, actually mounting that into the roof here might not be a bad idea. So it'd be something like that, maybe. Because it's based off of this device's position, I believe. I could throw it in there and hide it or something, but I kind of like the idea of having this over here somewhere. Cores on that side, so how about we put it on this side? And then I'll find something to put in here as a greeble to offset this. Yeah, okay. But that allows me to have a little bit more range on transferring stuff around, which is good. Okay, and I want... Oh, it's so close. What is the actual craft time on this? A bit. It looks like it's about 30 seconds or so. Alright, so we have that. I want to get a couple of other things in here. Yeah, the fact that I can build another one. So we're going to make one more of these. And then I think we're going to do 4 of these guys. You're 65, you're, how much did we say? It was like 235. So 2 of these would be roughly half of one of these. So yeah, I need 4 of these guys. And that's just for 2 of these for propulsion, 4 of these for braking. And that's just so I can move them if I need to. Basically put them in other places. I don't know if I'm going to have the materials to make 4, but we're going to try. And then we have a bunch of thrusters over on the other ship. Oh, we're getting closer. Okay. And then we want... Oh. Actually... do that. There we go. And that puts us back where we were. I'm really scared for this. Okay, let's take a look at it. We'll take a look at it, and then I think we'll call this one here while we're waiting for more plates. Oh, dear Lord, look at that. Yeah, it's a 3x3. Oh, that is gorgeous. Okay, yep, we're gonna... Let me out. I thought I opened you. Okay. You're losing con... Ugh. No! Okay. Oh. Can I... You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this ourselves. Let's come over here. Because if I'm standing here, we can do the turn like that. Look at that. And look at that model. That is just... Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. So we're going to have 2 of these things on board. I mean, they've got, what, 5 on theirs? We're going to have 2. So what we'll do is, let's say, thinking we may end up having to move this back a bit. Actually, you know what? Let's go here, and we're going to say, let's move that back 4. I mean, I could actually put them over here. It's not like we don't have the room for them. So if we did, so it's a 3 by, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 7. And you're going to do the same. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is just basically framing it out. Let's grab these out here. It's 6 that right? Hold on a second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 it is. Okay, so we actually want this to come down 1 more, so that'll be 7 by 7. We're gonna clean some of these lines up. Now, I'm not expecting this to stay the way it is. I'm just trying to get an idea of where we can place this thing and have it not be completely broken. And I want that to go back at least that far. So that would be... Oh, look at that. That is just gorgeous. And then we shift that up 1. And there it is. Should be 1 block all the way around it. Yep. All right. And then that gives us clearance that we can then play with. Basically to make sure that we can do whatever we want on style as far as this thing is concerned. All right, let's take a look and see what it says on the main. We'll look at statistics. Okay, so yeah. So we'll be able to accelerate top speed of 49 meters per second with this thing. Oh, that's crazy. And we're going to put another one on the back of this beast. So we'll have one over here, we'll have another one over there. And then, like I said, I think we're going to have this be nacelles. See, originally what I was thinking was having two of these in the middle, which I might still do. Honestly. And the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of leaning towards that. Do two in the middle and then have, say, like, start styling this out a bit. I'm kind of liking that idea, actually. Yeah, so I'll move that off camera. We'll move it over here. It's fine. It just gives me something to do in my downtime. Anyway, we are going to get out of here. I want to thank y'all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This did a really long episode. I didn't realize that we just did another hour on this, so it's going to be like a 2-hour video, huh? Anyway, with all of that said, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you back here next time for more Empyrion. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.